Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV. So, the topic today is why I, my family, and my friends will not vote for New Patriotic Party, NPP, and National Democratic Congress, NDC, in the upcoming 7th December 2024 elections. Ɛnɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛka ho asɛm ne sɛ, adɛn na me ne m'abusuafoɔ ne me ndamfofoɔ ɛnto aba ɛma National Democratic Congress NDC ne New Patriotic Party abatoɔ a ɛreba on the 7th of December 2024 yɛnto mma ɔmo. Ansa na mɛkyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm yi mu, yɛnkɔhwɛ video bi about day one of concerned citizens Stop Galamsey Now demonstration or protest. So now we're going to watch some details about the concerned citizens Stop Galamsey Now demonstration or protest. Now, saa protest for 3 days. It's a 3-day protest. Let's listen to one of the conveners and then Captain Smart speak. And then we shall look at the substantive topic for today and matters arising.
Protest against illegal mining. Of the next one is to free the arrested protesters at the reoccupied Jolobi House protest. I'm joined here with one of the conveners. What's your name?
My name is Brown Sanadachi.
Just a quick brief. What's today's protest? How is it going to be like today?
Okay, so today we are moving from Okonglo here right to the sports stadium's car park, and then we are going to use the route from Association International to Gold House. Then we join the Hilal Liman Highway straight through AU Runabout, Parliament, and then to a stadium.
Okay, and today, what are the demands for today? What are you seeking to demand today?
Okay, so today petition office to act promptly on the unconstitutional conduct of state authorities and to release the detained protesters.
Okay.
That is for today.
Okay. Today is not about the Galamsey. It's actually about freeing the protesters.
Collectively, we are putting our voice out there for all the things we have stated in our letter. That is Galamsey, unconstitutional conduct, and the release of the protesters. But then today we are serving petition for only an end to unconstitutional conduct and then the release of protesters.
Okay.
That was Wilson, one of the conveners for the Concerned Citizens protest. Now, let's listen to Captain God's Brain Smart.
What I'm saying is that it does not make sense anywhere in this world that somebody perpetrating a heinous crime is left in the bush and somebody demonstrating on the street, actually drawing the attention of leadership of what is happening, will be arrested and put behind bars. In any case, we have seen the videos which were put out there by the Ghana Police Service, that these were the things that they did. As a result, they were arrested. And my brother, nowhere under the sun would this happen. I don't have water to drink. You don't have water to drink. All our water bodies in this country are destroyed beyond measure. Government, about 2 years ago, went to Parliament. Parliament approved over 300 million Ghana cedis for the government of this nation. To do what? To fight Galamsey and protect our water bodies and our lands. Because that is what the Constitution mandates our president, who we have entrusted all the natural resources in this country to. You took the money, you could not fight. You took the money, you left the fight. Then we are saying that we are the youth of this country. Tomorrow, the old men and women will not be there. We will be there. What kind of water are we going to drink? So we are saying that, look, we are just demonstrating. What are we demanding? What are the demands? Stop Galamsey. Is this a crime? Just stop Galamsey too. This one too, you can't do it. Just an instruction from the president. Sit at Jubilee House, invite all the media houses, and just 1 minute announcement. Galamsey must come to an end today. Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces, all the national security and security apparatuses in this country move into the forest and our rivers and save our water bodies and our forests. Is this one too a crime? Can't he just open his mouth and say this? Then people got onto the streets to demonstrate, and he said what? Order from above to arrest who? The youth who are demonstrating to save the great future of this land. You arrest them and you put them behind bars, and you can hear the Attorney General saying what? That they went through the due process for them to go to jail. Really? Really? What kind of water do they drink? We all drink water from the Ghana Water Company Limited. Now they are saying that they can't pump water for us again because our water bodies are destroyed. We are demanding the immediate release of these innocent young patriots of the land immediately, because this is just the beginning of what to come. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, if they think that that's all, they are yet to see what's going to happen. We are saying that we are not going to destroy. We will not even step on an ant, but we make things difficult for them if they will not listen and rescue just water. It's an election year, so we should drink cocoa water. It's an election year, so we should drink physics. It's an election year, so what? Election year, they're not eating. They should tell us it's an election year, so they are fasting 21 days. It's an election year, 3 months, they are not eating. Because it's an election year, that is why we are doing it. Because our politicians, they don't think. They are tankers. They go and say thank you, thank you. They don't think. We are pushing them to think in the year of which they are requesting us to give them the mandate again. So they should not say that because it's an election year, you are making the government unpopular. And so what? Is that what you're trying to say? It doesn't make sense anymore, my brother. This is the time the youth of this country. And like I said earlier, this is just the beginning.
Finally, you are a seasoned journalist. About a few days ago, the Ghana Journalists Association held its award ceremony, and the president of GHANAIANS specifically called out the president and made certain demands. The president, of course, did not speak on it or say anything. Are you personally disappointed in the president's reaction and response in all of this?
You see, if there's any better word than disappointed, I would have borrowed that one. I was super disappointed in the president. The way they are handling this matter, it sends a signal to us that they are involved. And this is bam. Because in penny force, you're in and can with you, now you're penny with you. Now one can. Now you're fast silver, so if you're in one and can. Now you're silver and mushe. Now you're banning a and can before. Okay. So you have the president of the Ghana Journalists Association admonishing the entire state, led by you, that please do something about this. And you were silent about it. Please, we've gotten to a point. We must rise, push these leaders for them to understand a simple fact that Ghana does not belong to them. It belongs to all of us. In any case, after every 8 years, they will run away. We will still be here as citizens of the land. And we are not going to sit down and watch it again. This is just the beginning. When we started other demonstrations, they thought we were joking. This is the beginning. Now, today is the first day. Tomorrow will be second. Saturday is the third day. They think that after Saturday we are done. We are not done. We'll give them a run for their money.
Well said, Captain Smart. Couldn't have summarized it better. What Captain Smart has said is the truth. Captain Smart, why are there papa? Waka no kreno, no kwe trudu. Yeah, they say you keep our politicians on their feet. And found your Obabetana or my pin akoyano so. Say yamfa needing anka no cranch renwa. Umbetria fire so. Ayaye poto. Saa no motie. Enti Captain Smart, why are there? Young boy and some manwe. Now, let's look at some key aspects from the report of Dr. Kwabena Frimpong Boateng as explained by Bernard Avley of Channel 1 TV. Sese yɛbɛhwɛ ade a Dr. Kobna Frimpong Boateng reports on the fight against Galamsey, New Patriotic Party's fight against Galamsey. In some course, so reason anye juma. Yentie dear Bernard Avley from Channel 1 TV Orca.
It was clear from the beginning that this fight was not going to be easy. And according to the minister, apart from the ministers of sanitation and local government, so I'm guessing he's talking about Kofi Ada at the time, sanitation minister, and then local government, Haji Ali Mahama. This is page 11. It says, all the other ministries and ministers, this is serious, abandoned the committee. And this is words in the report. All the ministers apart from sanitation and local government rural development abandoned the committee. To make matters worse, the chairman, Professor Frimpong Boateng, saying, was personally attacked, vilified, and framed for things he had not done. He says such assaults came from many people, including some of the ministers who effectively left the committee. Now, these are very serious things to say, right? That the people who were supposed to be helping him fight the illegal mining were actually fighting him, okay? And then he then talks about the role of Sir John. Again, this is page 10. So I've mentioned three institutions: the Ministry of Lands Commission, or Minerals Commission rather, Minerals Commission, and then Forestry Commission. Now here's a quote from Sir John. He says, the Forestry Commission refused to use Galamsey, right? He says, although it was worrying, I was not surprised that the Forestry Commission did not migrate onto the Galamsey platforms. Mr. Kwadwo Kyerematen, aka St. John, was actively giving out timber concessions, even in forest reserves for logging. He also gave forestry entry permits to mining companies, both large and small scale, including those of foreign nationals for prospecting activities at a time when the president had put a ban on this activity. Now, if this is true, it is very, very serious that at the time that the government was trying to stop mining and prospecting in forest reserves, the person running the Forestry Commission was giving permits to mining companies, both large and small, including those of foreign nationals, even though the law prescribes this, for prospecting activities at the time the president had put a ban on the activity. Then he then mentions a gentleman called Charles Owusu, Director of Operations in the Forestry Commission, who he accuses of doing this on his behalf, right? And then he actually says at a meeting at the conference room of the president, he, Professor Frimpong Boateng, told the president in the presence of Sir John that the greatest danger to the forest of Ghana was Sir John. Wow. So if you put this together with the later on story about selling of forest reserves and all of those issues, maybe it's making sense. But for the chairman of IMSIM, a Minister for Environment, to accuse the chairman of Forestry Commission in front of the president that this person was the greatest danger to forest in Ghana is very, very serious. All right. Now, let's then get into some other key challenges he says he faced. So, for example, he says in page 11 again, mining in forest reserves. He says that the decision taken by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and its agencies to grant concessions in virtually all forest reserves to mining companies did a lot of harm. This is serious. How does a ministry that's supposed to be part of IMSIM, that's fighting illegal mining, decide to grant concessions in virtually all forest reserves? This is what the prof is saying. This was contrary to the directive of the president that all mining activities in forest reserves should be suspended. Almost invariably, the concession owners were not indigents and had no attachment to the communities. He then goes on to say they were given permits to work in the forest without any consultation with traditional rulers, and that he says, here's a quote, I can say on authority that all forest reserves have been invaded by rich miners who have engaged Chinese galamseyers in their operations. he was in the business, according to Professor Fubon Boateng, of acquiring several dozens of large-scale concessions in his district, ostensibly for community mining purposes, but which he ended up selling to private individuals, including party members, for 200,000 cedis per concession. Now, in other interviews, Honorable Kwam has come to deny this, right? And I'll show you some of those denials. But then he claims that this infuriated the party at the constituency, for which reason Honorable Kwame lost the primaries in 2020 because a lot of the people in the constituency were not happy with the fact that he has sold the concessions to outsiders. Then another heavy thing was item 4, mining by party officials and government appointees. There's an interesting paragraph on the NDC as well. And if in reading the report, you notice that there's a very murky relationship between party politics and mining generally, and Galamsey in particular. So in paragraph 6, it discusses the Western region and how NDC is very strong there, and the fact that NDC people control the Galamsey in the Western region and are able to sponsor candidates to run for primaries or sponsor independent candidates against NPP people. He actually mentions Wassa East District and a few other districts. He talks about Takwa and Suayim, for example. And then let me just read a very interesting part. It says, the NDC in 2020 was given an advantage in terms of access to resources from mining. This is because there are far more NDC people engaged in illegal mining than NPP members in the region. So it means that even the Galamsey is on party level. Again, when we come to questions, we have questions for NDC as well in this discussion.
Did you hear that? Is it any wonder that neither the new Patriotic Party under Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nor the National Democratic Congress under ex-president John Dramani Mahama, flag bearers for the duopoly, is it any wonder that neither of them will commit in writing that they will eradicate Galamsey from Ghana, and how they're going to do it? Unlike how Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen Movement for Change has outlined how he's going to ban Galamsey, small scale mining, and clean the water bodies and ensure that responsible mining takes place. Is it any wonder? Clearly, Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen is not sponsored by Galamsey kingpins and queenpins. Hmm? However, National Democratic Congress and New Patriotic Party are sponsored by Galamsey kingpins and queenpins, especially during their election campaigns. Enti amanfoɔ, enuanom, adɔfoɔ, ɛnsɛ sɛ obiara to aba ma National Democratic Congress ana New Patriotic Party. Wate deɛ Bernard Avli, Channel 1 TV ɛka. Ɔse Galamsey no ɛnyɛ NDC nkwa NPP nkwa na ɛyɛ o. NDC foɔ ɔmo wɔ mu paa. Ɛno koraa na ɔmo de fund ɔmo party politics. Hmm? Na obi sɛ Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen a wɔyɛ independent candidate ɛnyɛ Galamsey sika ɛna ɔde yɛ ne campaign. Enti na otumi yɛ bold etumi twerɛ sɛ ɔbɛ bane Galamsey. Na kwan wei so na ɔbɛfa so a clean water. This is a matter of life and death. Election 2024, President of Ghana election 2024, taking place on the 7th of December 2024 here in Ghana. It's a matter of life and death. We should choose life. Choose Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Number 13, last face on the ballot paper, on the presidential ballot paper. Choose Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Butterfly. Afrafranto. Movement for change. Because on nkwa na wire commitment. Say Ghana for ye protest. Then Krofo kra to me koda remand for 2 weeks. Because of Stop Galamsey now. na mu free na election time ba na koto Obama National Democratic Congress under ex-president Mahama and a new Patriotic Party under Vice President Baumia. No oman no boa. Say ye na ye Jimmy. Ghana for ye na ye Jimmy. Ye Jimmy. Ye ni mi answer. Where your friend Jimmy Jimmy Enti I will say jai Jimmy no. Ati I say ehun ni mfa so say nkrofo ben nante every oponglo akọ Accra. The petition akọma government for ye wi na yasan ko vote for NDC ni NPP. Duopoly ya omuni adwen papa. Enti so me o say ye bie ni yie na ye jai say de bia as of workers oh we na ebedi na di echire. Eno na ye de ato ama Ghana atete apansam sesei no. Saa nneɛma na ye di echire no say so for the say oh party A MDC na be we party B NPP na be we na obi edi echire na yakọ vote ama saa nkrofo we num na omo de to no parking. Omo de yenya. Mobile power no omo de yenya. They'll come and lord it over us. Treat us bad. Shabby. They even want to kill you now because if you don't want to ban Galamsey, you are telling me that you want to kill me. They want to kill all the people of Ghana. Or if they can't succeed in killing us, they want to make us sick. So why should we vote for you? This is our opportunity to show them that we are giving them the finger. Let's vote them out. Let's vote them out. Because Obuni Adjempa, Ma Yen Ghana for we the citizens of Ghana who have voted them into the position of presidency. These people, the duopoly, NDC, any MPP, Omuni Yehun Adjempa. Se wuntumi mami puntuo. Wuntumi mami si kansemi njina. Wuntumi ma Ghana city njina. Wuntumi ma ejuma mba Ghana. Usan so bekumi aka ho. That is what these people are trying to do. They're trying to analyze us. Open your eyes well, oh, people of Ghana. Open your eyes well. This is a desperate plea for us to choose life. Choose Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Let's choose life, oh. Let's choose life. Because NDC, NPP, omuni adwen papa ma Ghana for. Enko mbenya ne yewu. Ne ya befa ye japade. Na omo kwa na omo te Ghana ha. Ena omo manifesto no ehu ni mfaso because nipa ni na yare, nipa ni na ewu. Enti omo manifesto no ehon won faso. Asem we de yeme ade e wo makoma so pa se o se me ma advice na Ghana for fa. And yes, ye ko wo mu. They've already put us in the ditch. We're in the gutter. 32 years of NDC and NPP. Ghana is in the gutter. Now they want to unalive us. And you are going to vote for these people. NDC and NPP. Hey. Somebody who said they won't ban Galamsey and clean our water bodies. People who say they won't do it. You're going to vote for them. And you think you're going to live long, your children are going to live long, and Ghana is going to go well with Ghana. And it's going to go well with your family. Hey. For me, I'm going to vote for Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen because he's the only one that has put together a comprehensive plan, step by step, a 10-point plan of how he's going to eradicate Galamsey. Make sure I'm safe, my children are safe, my bloodline are safe, my friends and family are safe. That is the one I'm voting for because I want to have a brighter future and a brighter tomorrow and a brighter Ghana. Yes. And I know that if we vote for Alan, yebenye mputuo. Minim de nyame yi akire me. Say Ghana yebenye mputuo se fa Alan. Na san krofo we num. Omo de yensa besi form say po. Ye de yensa begu yeti. We will rule the day we voted for NDC or MPP. We will rule the day because me ka akire mo. It's going to be 4 more years of suffering. 4 more wasted years because we didn't choose unity government. Bible no crack catch say if you are united, you can do miracles. So if Ghana is united, and we vote for unity government under Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Nyansafoɔ, nimdefoɔ a nyame ama no wɔde no ama not only Ghana, wɔde no ama Africa, because waboa many African countries. Hmm? Even before ɔbɛyɛ politics no, na ɔyɛ ne dwuma dada, ɔne sika dada. Obi and dada will say NPP na ayɛ Alan. Alan na wɔyɛ nipa kɛse ansa na wɔba NPP mu. Obi a na wɔyɛ general manager for UAC, now Unilever in Ghana at the age of 22. Hmm? Before NPP was created in 1992, Alan was already a general manager for UAC Ghana. Wei, NPP betimi aka sɛ they made Alan. Alan de wɔde n'adeɛ firi so na ɛbaa yo. Wotie sɛ na ɔkasa, sɛ na ɔkyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma mu. Nneɛma a wɔtwerɛ. Nkurɔfoɔ employ 300 people or 400 people so ɔmo boa mo na ɔmo kyerɛ ɔmo manifesto no. Alan kwa na ɛtwerɛ ne Great Transformational Plan. Ɔne ne team kuma no. Ɔno ana ɔde pen and paper twerɛeɛ. Ɔne ɔmo kasaeɛ ɛna ɔmo dwendwen nneɛma ɛna ɔno atwerɛeɛ. Saa nso na ɔtwerɛ Africa International Free Trade Area no ɛyɛ dwuma sesi a wɔ Africa no. Even John Dramani Mahama, ex-president, waka sɛ, adeɛ baako a ɛyɛ kama paa yɛ saa adeɛ no. Na metie Alan, time ɔne otumfoɔ kasa no, ɔkɔ otumfoɔ hɔ nansa ɔde ne running mate kɔkyea no. Alan kan biribi wɔse, saa ne Great Transformational Plan no, NDC foɔ se, ɔma ɔmo kwan na ɔmo copy ne plan no so mobile power. That's a desperate damn move. Other na or say Alan fan a plan ma NDC no mo copy the bu o mine because omuni nimdie no. Other na yemfa afra no ma Alan nipa ono wo nimdie na nyame de ama no saa nimdie na ode beboa aman no. Other na say the of afra no koma NDC omunim hwe Oma bon. Me say NDC ni NPP. Oma bon. That's why they need to rely on Galamsey for their campaign. And come bon yan by now Ghana fan into mapa after 32 years, 16 years apiece. Wake up, my people. Wake up, people of Ghana. We cannot keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. We cannot keep choosing NDC and NPP or NDC or MPP and expect something new to happen. If they had ideas by now, Ghana, we are blooming, going up, sky high. People say Alan comes from MPP. Why didn't he? Whatever. If you're not the leader of the party that's in power, your powers are limited. There's so much you can do. Alan did a sterling job, excellent job as a trade and industry minister, as an ambassador. And Tejuma bi a yedema Alan wo MPP amambum oye no excellently. Obi ani obetima bekas Alan ye ne dwuma yie. And also mu sabotage no. Mu twitwa ne nantem. Te say ye Joseph for Bible mu no. But na nkyerɛ sɛ Joseph onye excellent. Alan were excellent. Alan has an excellent spirit. So omu peo, omu mpo. Enti na ne bibia edamu kama, ne kasa ye kama, bibi obeye bia hote. Alan ne hote. Uhwe n'anim kra otum sɛ papa we. Ne nneɛma hote generally. Nobody is perfect. But generally no hote. Enti Yentoma Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen, number 13 on the ballot paper. On the presidential ballot paper. The last, Asieho. If you like this type of content, like, share, subscribe. I also want to show you one last video from Wontumi TV, and it will sort of buttress what Bernard Avley was saying concerning NDC's culpability in this Galamsey menace. Now let's take a listen to one of the Galamsey kingpins in Ghana here, speaking on the telephone with Wontumi TV. The conversation is in tree, so I will interpret it in English. After Yekotie, the Galamsey King Pimbi, Eka Efa, the Ekoso between NDC ni NPP, Efa Galamsey ho, illegal miner ho. Yenkotie na ye a mechire mu wo English.
Budia. Ibimu ye national organizers are Omogana ha man mimi na kura na biom wemo omo ye NDC for. Policy ya
Oh na do mu ru mo ye mine ni bi.
Me kan kura atiro. Me pese e be a free next 3 weeks me ba fidi so sa blend na abato na ben. Ene obi se gawuta ganama. Ye the list kenkinje beba. Ne ya kire baby a man na
be o se obeba fidie so o wa betena ha obeba odi obeba obi abehu na ukura list omo ye adwuma ni bi
na ma bodi ama ma free san conference asoma ti say moye man ni bi mo start 2012 at Amsterdam say ye kan nipa wo wura forest mu first a ye be kan say NDC ni any wura forest the whole Ghana forest mu first e Ghana intinsem na mo kan no e ma homete ana me se me bo wuram kaka said the metro mu say me ye man nye ne no ma ye man ni so many years nipa ni me pa Ghana me bom dia batme mo na ba fidi ni ntimi mo America kakra ni ya te small scale man for ho aka ye nuan mu bi Captain Smart ene mo amafidi bi so Angel FM ni Kesman FM me no ka say fidi am bi bosu nyina no already presenters a ma he almost 12 years ni a omo di Galamsey a omo bo aban we so mo sa radio stations na omo sorry gidi no me represent more than that me di misika small scale man ya na dia he omo abetom ne enti Ghana ha no obi tra obi fa ahodie so wo aban bi mu bi aban bi aye ne yenka no kore small scale man na ye ka ho asem no small scale man ye senso saa o ye ka small scale man ye mo ahodo maako Galamsey no ahodo maako nson e na wo Ghana ha enti so obi say small scale man okuta excavator ko senso a na mentina fi yie because ye water west for no so ye ka o mo na ebo aban kro no water west we should borrow ukota na ofe ene ofe we mu nyina ye ba bi ye nim ba bi o mo pumping so ne dey efri but enye ye nsuo na ko se ema ye se obi be yale akora bi anyamfa akora bi anya sei ena ye nsuo no ebedu de be kan nsuo fra boti empanfo se ntokwa fun obi ana ato akaka se na no de si wo ai teman he de si wo hoi akra hoi wa o sha small scale ene mo mra me site wai mumra me nyina mu ba bia me ye aduma no dun kwa ofe ne atmampo ni ha ne eastern region wa mo ba na kuma ba demonstration senka mbanya mutira bi dim no ma sa akọ no fensem dia na ka eye but mesere mo se dia mo kan nyina no ni ba wuram ne se ye small scale man for nyen nsu aye no mo Ghana ha ne ye kose no se bi obi no a wagimi se me kopem sikanti no me de be sensu a o man nyina no me ni pa ko wu eye ntro what west no ekufu ado aban enkwhye wo mo na won twe mo yes mo scale man for ya kwado mu ne de mo tie ne no mo be opponent a papa ye betimi abusa mo question so ye ne asenso mo di aban sika do so podi no hwe bia ekoso o man Ghana ha no hwe someti ya Friday ya etem no dun kwa ofe someti se yakun police for mienu a buja se kwa be so ye fa yakun police for no omo ba Galamsey side bo Galamsey for ndi ho ban because of aban bia obi o person obatumi so no ba dia atumi bi so obi nsama wontimi enye no de entokwa kunti no yakun police for ekwa a omo nyim tese omo na mo ba bi o yakokun mo because yemeta Galamsey for na yemfa mo akufo ade ko bi say sisi akufo ade yes Galamsey for na Robert for takom and so Galamsey Robert for na ye NDC for na de be gina dun kwa ofri ko mo mabekun police for papa saa nyema we ekoso ha na no mo kwa saa demonstration wo no sen ka me ya lawyer na me judge saa blink ma jeli wo dada because the wo to no mo ka no emu 100% si etemu at 50% no ay NDC for na ye no mo ebo saa bre enti ma sem nyina ne say ya ban no wo so no onto no bo asema small scale man na 2020 ye bi ama ye ho kwakire ye me nikuta okas be 2000 plus obi kuta more than 3000 si ese be to abetie akufo ado ne ba omu aba ebetimi aye se mo hwe a ho kire mo from 2020 na mo ta mo de be di NDC for ti dia papa ye ne ye nim wo mo ba ye ho NDC for ba ye ho me bodi NDC for ba ye ho se ye mo a wo mo no mo ba forest no mo betika am ya ye mo aduma free chairman na kwasi aba me ho be more than 7 times my body but
hey
oni yes abɛyɛ campaign sɛ ɔmo ba what the former minister of lands ba me site ɛne ne ɛbɛgyina ne yɛbɛkasae sɛ ɔno nso ɔno ɔba a ɔbɛyɛ minister of lands nti yɛmmoa no mu wiwu papa sɛ yɛka nsɛm a sɛsɛ no kasa ne yɛntumi nkasa o na small scale man ɛwɔ Ghana ha nyinaa hu NDC foɔ nneɛma a ɔmoyɛ this time am no kasa yɛn nyinaa yɛhu nti yɛafo yɛ ho adwen na yɛbɛkyerɛ ɔm so sɛ ntɔkwafo nipa no ato akekakeka because me a mekasa yi mehwɛ nipa bi firi the whole Ghana ɛfiram nyina menim nipa bi da nso yɛfrɛ ma mekɔyɛ adɔyɛ de mɔɔ mo ɛyɛ small scale man yɛ o meyɛ adwuma mekata so mensɛ nsuo ma bi a meyɛ medi ne ho ni ɛna obi nso di ne ho ni na mmom ɛna no baamu yɛbɛkaa sɛ ɔba ɔde nhyehyɛeɛ bɛto no akwan mu mede bɛsia na ɛyɛ m'adwuma so ɔsɛ ɔbɛba no wobɛbie bank na manya sika bi de ayɛ m'adwuma mɛbrɛ mahyeɛ na obiara nso anyam ne so mfasoɔ no bi nti meba afidie no so a papa deɛ mɛtumi aka no sɛ papa na ɔte wɔ kasa no mɛboa no kakra ɛne sɛ small scale man nsɛ nsuo bɔɔhoo no a yɛtu no a yɛde pɔmpe nsuo ma ɔman no yɛyɛ ntumi nkɔsɛe bɔɔhoo no ɛma no nyɛ yɛ wontumi fa machine kɔhɔ nkɔsɛe machine nsuo bi ama no nyɛ yɛ ɛyɛ ntorɔ ana aban bi pɛ nkɔfoɔ bi sɛ ɔmu ta nom de bɛnya tumi but yɛn small scale man deɛ yɛka ma bawumia no na ne nkɔfoɔ ate aseɛ sɛ this time a yɛwɔ mu no ɛnnɛ me ne small scale man nipa maako 150 na akasa yɛn nyinaa yɛhyɛ ɛho de kasa kyerɛ nkɔfoɔ esremufoɔ wɔ Ghana the whole Ghana even Nigeria ne Mali Niger foɔ nyinaa yɛ adwuma wɔ Ghana ha ahohoɔ kɔ abɛbɛnɛfite wɔ ha de kɔ ne kurom ɛsɛ woka biribi ne yɛdi adwuma no ni no wontumi nka atame sam me a me no kasa yɛfa excavator 22 yɛfa excavator 22 yɛdi pikas maako sɛ dɔmama tam yɛfa excavator 22 Ghana ha obia ni metia bobɔ sam trofo mu di akyire mala na ya kasne fo nya di akyire yɛfa excavator 22 de Abraham Mama de kɔ Togo ɛkɔyɛ adwuma bi di akyire de kɔ metia akyerɛ kɔta yɛ de kɔ yɛ bɛpem na metwa akyire die enso ɛna metia mu sɛ mɛba fidie no so na saa
dɔmama so bɛ sɛ obɛba fie ha obɛba
mɛba fie ha mɛba fie because amen because wohwɛ mezi yɛ da hɔ kakraka yi spare parts excavator spare parts ɛne nneɛma nkɔfoɔ tɔn no hɔ ɛdedededi hwɛ ɔmabusua na sɛ woasɔre ɛnaa no yɛɛ yi na adeɛ baako a medi nipa bi ho yɛ ne sɛ ɛno bi te sɛ nipa bi sɛ saa Captain Smart ne saa Kevin Taylor sɛ hwan bi no so ɔno Kevin Taylor no de wɔyɛ ntra didi mu na Captain Smart taa meme koraa me ne woka sɛ ɔmmra me site na obɛtumi adi 2 minutes wɔ hɔ no mu a ɛna ara no deɛ si wɔ Prisia side hɔ no a nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ bi tumi bɔwura a ɔkɔsɛ nneɛma no wode ɔmmra me site na sɛ nkɔm bɛtumi amuvu 1 inch akɔ a na nkɔm bɛhu ɔmo nso adeɛ ɛnkɔmbɛhu ɔmo ni so ada baabi ɔmo de find ɔmo de fa ama agya yi o yɛabɔ yɛ to blaze a yɛtwɛn wɔn mo saa nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ no ɔmo mmra small scale man fo no bi site baabi ɔmo kɔɛ na ɔmo kɔ ɔmo site ɔmo mmra ma ɛma no site na ɔmo bɛhu gawuta gana ama yɛtwɛn wɔn mo nti masɛm nyinaa no yɛbɛba afidie no so papa yɛbɛma ɔ details ayi frimpɔ ɔbɔaten bɛkyerɛ baabi a former president John Mama site wɔ yɛde message bebree bɛtoa so yɛde message bebree bɛtoa so ne yɛkyerɛ site no yie ni amma mu details machine se gu site ho
Mahama site
mo te boa Frimpo bo te de buy se John Mama site ye betre ma bi a machine se excavator o ma 22 o use cut ye betre mi nyina ni
excavation cut machine bi no use
o use cut ma 25 enam to epanyin ti aka so na wo be egu me de hwe me yere no mabusua na wo be ka chen se ye sensu enso be na ye kwese no enso na ye kwese na ne papa ye betre no mam ye ba ye de list tenten na baba ye bo wia ne ama direction na makobɔ awura ho na makɔchi NDC ni na wo ye adwuma ho no na mo dina pie se wo na otu saa afuma gudie we wa ha na mo hwɛ so kata so a papa ye wo faces bi a ye be face no Ghana ha enam cities na kasa na e ba na wo de nkɔfo gu site ni ti no se me enye lances man na mkuta enka me mitu amana enka se me da hokɔ because soldiers for ba ye be fa machine to fa pa hokɔ hokɔ nso no udiri ma back so be kata so agya amana ho te si amana aka Ghana ha ye nkata so nyina ye NDC for na amana ka o ma bre so amana egu nyina gu ho e no me de Akufo Addo na Akufo Addo enti se soldiers for ne ba na odwane agya site no na wo machine wafa na agya wagya amana no ho en so wo ne bo mo so mo enye Akufo Addo ne bo no so mo papa ye nam kwama ye ba ye nam group ye ba ma fidie no so na me kan 3 weeks am bo hu ye Ghana nyina ba hu ye ni abɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu enti ma sɛm nyina asi me nka bi.
Okay, let's look at the English version. What this small scale miner is saying is that he's basically a Galamsey kingpin and he has been doing it for many, many years. But he's of the New Patriotic Party, NPP faction. And he says he has personally brought National Democratic Congress, NDC people, of whom some are national organizers for the National Democratic Congress, into the Galamsey or small scale mining business. He says that small scale mining was started in 2012, and in fact, it was the National Democratic Congress under President Attamills, John Evans Attamills, who started forestry mining in 2012. He says that the reason why he's calling Wuntumi TV is because he's very troubled by news reports about the ills of small scale mining, which has been labeled as Galamsey, illegal mining. And he claims that he has engaged in small scale mining for a very long time. He claims that he has looked after many journalists with monies he has made from small scale mining, especially from some of the television and radio stations like Angel, um, Woon to Me, and other stations. Um, and he says that there are 7 types of small scale mining in Ghana. So he says that people are being presumptuous when they say that carte blanche that small scale mining is galamsey and it needs to be banned. This small scale miner claims that he does not spoil the water bodies where he does his small scale mining business, in the areas he does a small scale mining business. He claims that he uses boreholes, and even the Ghana Water Company pumps water from some of his for some of their customers using water from his borehole. He mentioned the report of Dr. Kwamina Frimpong Boateng about the failed effort of the New Patriotic Party to ban galamsey, illegal mining, near water bodies and in forests. He said he threatened this small scale mining kingpin, threatened to assault the Stop Galamsey Now protesters who have been remanded in custody in Accra if ever they came to one of his small scale mining sites in the bush or the forest of Ghana. He claims he has sites in Dunkwa Ofen, Atonwa, Imponia, and the eastern region. He said he and his boys, his men, will physically assault any protester that dares to come to protest at his small scale mining site. And if they think they are men, they should come there. And he will damage them. And the protesters won't be able to get away with their lives intact. So he threatened the protesters who are protesting even today, the concerned citizens that are protesting against Galamsey and asking for a ban on small scale mining. This small scale miner, Kingpin, told us, says they are not spoiling the water bodies. And he told a story of 2 police officers who were recently unalived in the Dunkwa Ofen area. these officers apparently came to a Galamsey site to protect the Galamseyers because the Galamseyers were NPP people, but the National Democratic Congress, that is his claim, according to him, sponsored some criminals. He called them armed robbers to come and attack these police officers, and they killed the police officers in Dunkwa Ofin. He said if he was the judge on the protesters who were remanded for 2 weeks, he would have imprisoned them. He claims that in terms of the divide between the political parties, in terms of those doing small scale mining, it is a 50-50 split between, so 50% NPP small scale miners and 50% uh, NDC small scale miners. That is 50% New Patriotic Party small scale miners and 50% National Democratic Congress small scale miners. And he claims those who are mining under NDC got their permit from President Atta Mills. So clearly, he says, both the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress are actively doing Galamsey, and they are culpable. In this Galamsey kingpin's opinion, this small scale miner kingpin's opinion, he says that the New Patriotic Party, which is his government, the New Patriotic Party should bear with the small scale miners. He says he personally employs 2,000 workers, and others even employ 3,000 workers. He said people from the National Democratic Congress, the opposition party, have come to see him and some of the New Patriotic Party Galamseyers or small scale miners. And he named one chairman, Nana Akwesi, who he claims came to one of his small scale mining sites together with the former Minister of Lands and Natural Resources under the previous National Democratic Congress regime of John Mahama, who was saying that he will return as the Minister of Lands if and when National Democratic Congress under John Mahama wins the 2024 presidential elections. And he will allow them, all the small scale miners, both New Patriotic Party small scale miners and National Democratic Congress small scale miners, to continue mining in the Ghanaian forests. Did you hear that? The NDC people told the New Patriotic Party then that if this is why I say they do deals. If they are allowed, they get returned as the ruling party come December 2024, they will allow all the Galamseyers, irrespective of the party they support, to continue mining in the forests. This small scale miner, Kingpin, said There are a group of 150 Galamseyers who have come together. And he says that they employ so many workers, and if the new Patriotic Party is not careful by ignoring them and not fighting for them, for small scale miners, they could make them go into opposition. And he claims the fact that there was a hung parliament in the 2020 elections was because of this issue of Galamsey. Because and New Patriotic Party said they were going to ban Galamsey, and National Democratic Congress said they were going to allow Galamsey to continue. That is why the vote of the New Patriotic Party came down significantly, so they can have influence when it comes to returning New Patriotic Party as the ruling government. That's what so he threatened them that if they don't listen to them and they ban small scale mining, it will have repercussions. He also said that because they employ so many people, even now Nigerese and Malians are also working in Ghana in small scale mining, and they're getting benefits and to take back to their respective countries. He also mentioned that in Atamil's tenure as president of Ghana, this anonymous Galamsey or small scale mining kingpin, speaking on Wuntumi TV, said 22 of his excavators and 7 pick-up trucks belonging to him were seized by the National Democratic Congress NDC government of the day. And he claims that his excavators and pickup trucks were given to Ibrahim Mahama, the brother of ex-President John Mahama, to take and go and do some work in Togo. He didn't provide any evidence, so this is an allegation. He went on to, he said he claims he went to court concerning these excavators and these pickup trucks, but he just gave up the case because he thought it was just a waste of time. He says he will come on live on Wuntumi TV in 3 weeks' time, so we'll all see him. And he claims that ex-president John Mahama actually owns a Galamsey illegal mining site in Ghana, and he uses 25 excavators, and the brand of those excavators are Caterpillar. He described them as CAT. The Caterpillar brand of excavators is what John Mahama's Galamsey site uses. That is his claim. And he said that he will show the viewers exactly where this site, this John Mahama Galamsey site, is located when it comes to the studio. He claims that at this material time, October 2024, the only open pits are the ones that are owned by NDC people. Because after they were ousted from government, they didn't close their pits. And he claims that he holds a licensed mining certificate. And as part of his duty, he covers all his pits on his site. He concluded and said that the host on Wuntumi TV can expect him in the studios in 3 weeks' time. And then he ended the conversation. If you like this type of content, like, share, subscribe. Bye for now. See you in the next episode.
Stop Galamsey now, we're shouting loud. NDC and NPP need to take a bow. 32 years of anguish, you call it rough. Look at Ghana now, it's time to stand tough. Choose number 13, man, choose life. Alec Cash from the ballot, cut through the strife. Last face on the paper, don't make a mistake. It's time for a change, let's rewrite our fate. Stop the suffering, it's time to choose. Ghana unite, we got nothing to lose. Break the chains, face the truth. Rise up now, let's reclaim my youth.